Welcome back, Fantasy Moto fans, to the PulpMX Fantasy Show. I'm Donnie from RotoMoto. In this video, I have 5 riders I want you to look at when making your picks for the opening round of Pro Motocross, tips for the FFL, the weather report, race day schedule, and an early look at what my team could be come Saturday. And stick around till the end to find out how you could win race shoes and autograph memorabilia, even if you aren't good at the game. The opener is always primed to have huge score potential, as the handicap committee just doesn't have the usual kind of data to work with, but it's also going to leave a few high pick trends with super low scores as well. With so many guys coming back, riding new bikes, and rookies making debuts, it is not a bad idea to play it a little safer in this opener. Many big stars are already out for the season, but don't worry because the Pulp team already removed those guys from the team page, but 3 guys on the list will be missing at least the first round. Pro Circuit Kawasaki's Jet Reynolds will have to wait a little longer to make his outdoor debut while he recovers from a broken wrist from Supercross. BarX Suzuki's Dylan Schwartz was hopeful to race this weekend, but will sit out at least the first round to recover from a broken scaphoid. And finally, Joey Savacci will be filling in for Adam Cianciarulo, but not for the opener, as he and the team will be cautious with his return after an ACL injury. For this weekend, I have 3 guys to target, 1 to avoid, and a high handicap guy for you gamblers out there. Starting with the little class and working our way up, let's lead the field with the guy that I think you might want to shy away from this weekend, and that is Hunter Lawrence. The elder Lawrence brother was as solid of an all-star as can be in the Supercross season, but surprisingly, Hunter, who is known as an outdoor guy, doesn't look like a great pick at a 2 this weekend. The HRC Honda rider finished on the podium in only 23% of motos last season, and at the 2 rounds at Fox Raceway went 6.5, 6.6, with top 10 starts in each moto. Obviously, those aren't the worst stats you can imagine, but if you were trying to shoot for a perfect 50 from the all-star spot, there are just simply better options out there. A 250 guy that I want you to take a look at this weekend is Maximus Voland. His Supercross tour this season was horrendous, with just 1 main event appearance and 3 tries before an apparent wrist injury knocked him out, but probabilities look so good that I think he's worth the risk. Last season, the Red Bull KTM rider went 7, 7, 15 in a mechanical DNF at Fox Raceway, with an average finish on the year of 13th and finished top 17 in 86% of motos. If he qualifies in that 15 to 18 range or better, I think he's worth the look and could be the least surprising 100-point score this weekend. In the 450 class, I'm looking at Chase Sexton for the all-star spot. The third-year rider with a 4 handicap is just looking for a pair of top 5s, and conveniently, that is his average finish in 2021, and something that he had done 70% of the time last season. Another 450 rider to keep your eye on is Aaron Plessinger. The only Red Bull KTM rider under 32 years old, sports a 0 handicap, but don't let that deter you. After suffering a broken arm after the 7th round, AP has had over 13 weeks to heal up and focus solely on the outdoor series. In 2021, AP finished top 10 in 72% of motos, and at the season opener at Fox Raceway, he went 4-2. Look at him to qualify in the top 10, and I think he's worth consideration on your team. The high handicap hero of the round given to a rider with a handicap of 10 or more that I think has a realistic chance to score massive points this weekend if you're the type of person that likes to sweat out a little bit for a big payout. For the opener, I think the clear choice for the Triple H is Ryan Surratt. The California native who was on Team Solitaire Yamaha for the Supercross is a true privateer outdoors, but in 11 handicap, Surrey raced all 24 motos last season while finishing in the top 21 in 73% of motos and as high as 11th. Last season at Fox Raceway, Ryan went 17-20 in the opener and worked his way up to 13-14 by late season. Even if not Surrey, the 9-11 handicap guys are really going to be the big values this weekend. Moving on to the FFLs, obviously last year's king was Justin Cooper, and if he's healthy, it's hard to think any different this year. 4 motos at Fox Raceway last year, Cooper had 2, and Jet and Max Voland each had a single. In the big class, Ken Roczen took 9 of the 24 in 2021. Roczen took 2 of 4 here, and Ferrandis had another. Ken doesn't need endurance to lead the first lap, so I think he should continue to be the FFL favorite this weekend, despite his health concerns earlier this year. Starting on the West Coast, MAV TV will have the pre-show available at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. RotoMoto Patreon supporters will have access to the enhanced cheat sheets as the second qualifiers finish, and the basic cheat sheet will be available to the rest of players at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 hour before the first gate drop. Before I show you my early team, I want to talk to you about Maxxis Tire coming on for all 12 outdoor rounds so I can deliver these videos for you. You know Maxxis Tire. You know their MX ST tire designed by the king of Supercross and my all-time favorite rider, Jeremy McGrath. It is the newest and most advanced tire in the Maxxis MX lineup, featuring an all-new tread pattern, compound, and composition to provide the stability, predictability, and traction that the upper tiers of motocross demand. The entire SGB Honda team runs Maxxis on their race bikes, including PulpMX show favorites and on-again, off-again rivals Alex Ray and Cade Clayson. Available at your local retailer and also at motosport.com. My Thursday team looks like this. I have defending champion Jet Lawrence at a 1 for my All-Star, Star Racing Yamaha's Levi Kitchens for handicap, TLD Gas Pierce Brown with a 5, and Whole Shot Specialist Ty Masterpole with his 10. On the 450 side, Chase Sexton is pegged for my All-Star with a 4, Aaron Plessinger with that 0 handicap, Big Rig Benny Bloss with a 9 handicap, and finally Triple H Ryan Surratt with an 11. If Cooper looks good in qualifying, I'll be tempted to add him for the FFL, but 450s, I think I'm going to play it safe. The prize for the highest championship league score at Fox Raceway will be a race-worn #1 Dylan Ferrandis, but if you're not great at fantasy, that is okay. If you want a chance to win something like this limited edition Raining Blood Slayer-themed Robbie Wageman jersey, part of a Team Solitaire prize pack for the month of May, which includes a Rockwell watch and hat, Leat goggles and beanie, as well as some of the best metal music courtesy of Nuclear Blast, consider joining me on Patreon. For just about $1 per week, you're entered to win race shoes and autographed memorabilia, and insiders and above double their entries, as well as an exclusive podcast talking fantasy stats on every rider in the field and those enhanced cheat sheets that come out every single Saturday. Link for that will be in the description below. And don't forget to follow PulpMX Fantasy and RotoMoto on both Instagram and Twitter for injury updates as the weekend rolls on, qualifying info, and stats and banner throughout the race itself, and those fantasy cheat sheets once qualifying is done and wrapped. Thanks as always for watching the PulpMX Fantasy Show presented by Maxxis. My name is Donnie, and may your chizzes chiz this weekend. Remember that 8 is great, and most importantly, have fun. Good luck, y'all.